Day 65, and it's like take 3 of my recording today. So I don't know what's gonna happen here. I said such beautiful things. I was so happy with, the subject. It was all about safety, and now honestly I'm not sure that I feel like repeating it again. But I guess it merits to be spoken about. And I guess what I want to say is that sense of safety that I always talk about, I created a program, Safe to Be Me, and what's difficult about this concept and why it is so difficult for all of us to get there is because our survival adaptations, like being a good girl, avoiding conflict, not speaking up, feeling responsible for other people, putting other people's needs before us. These are our survival adaptations that used to keep us safe. This is our visceral understanding what safety is by being small, by being invisible, by being mute. This was me. So that is why part of the magic of my life and each of our lives is that today I am a mouthpiece for certain information, and how far I've come, right? I've come a full spectrum because I've come from being mute for my safety, for my survival, to today daring to say things that are disruptive, that are maybe not appreciated by all, maybe not understood by all, and feeling safe to do so. So I've redefined the concept of what does it mean for me to feel safe. But what's really, really difficult about this, and this is what I am also bumping against with my clients and even with myself 10 years later, is that it's not enough to just have this idea, oh, I need boundaries, or oh, I need to speak up for myself, or oh, I need to step into my agency. What we actually have to do is we actually have to deal with our nervous system and the coded sense of safety in it that we have from childhood. We actually have to go against everything we've lived with as safety. Completely break through that, completely redefine what safety means for us. No longer look for it on the outside, right? No longer say, my partner betrayed me, so now I don't know if I can trust him. Trust doesn't come from outside. Other people are, are not responsible for our sense of trust and safety. It's within. We receive all kinds of communication energetically. Anyway, that's a whole other subject, but back to safety. What I am seeing in myself and in some of my other clients right now is we do things like meditation. We're still being the good girls. We're doing our meditation and we're doing all these other exercises and we have our gratitude journal and all that. And then we want things to change, we want everything to change. Well, why do we do our meditation? To become a bigger container than our thoughts, than our survival mechanisms. Why do we, do our gratitude journal? So that we can fill up with abundance and not be stuck in scarcity like we have been for most of our lives. We're retraining our perception on the world and retraining the way it all feels in our body. Because until our body feels safe, we won't be able to put our boundaries, or at least, we may never really come to like this perfect sense of safety on top of a mountain. But when we know how to remain in the present moment, because safety in the body is always in the present moment. It cannot be in the future and it cannot be in the past. In fact, that's what sort of gets us out of safety, is the fear of the future or ruminating on the past events, or like comparing the past and projecting it into the future. So when we, through meditation, through gratitude practice, through all these other tools that are available to us, somatic healing, all that stuff, when we finally get to the point when we understand I'm bigger than my thoughts, I am safe within my body in this present moment through this breath. I am sovereign and not responsible for other people's feelings. Other people's feelings are their responsibility in their body, under their control, not mine. When we understand all this, this is when we start feeling safe to say whatever we want and to be whoever we already are. So much deconditioning has to happen, so much, retraining has to happen, because we keep on looking for validation of our importance and of our significance from outside, from the validation of other people. So what happens if we can only get validation from other people if we speak the things that they want to hear? That's not safe to be me, because then we're adjusting ourselves in order to fit into other people's expectations or standards. What if we have our own truth? Like I always give as an example, there were people who proclaimed that the earth is round and not flat. And they were killed. This is what we're up against, But the only way we can be in our truth is by finding safety to go against the grain, to go against the mass consensus, to go against the status quo. And everything that we've been conditioned to be was to fit into status quo, to perpetuate status quo, to repeat status quo. So, what we are up against right now is really changing the world as we know it, completely changing our perception, and completely changing the way it feels in our body. So for me, it's a journey that is truly miraculous, and I feel incredibly blessed and honored to guide other people on that path. And at the same time, I still find myself also, giving up my authority to other people, looking for being saved or safety to come from outside, forgetting about my self-responsibility for my life, and still kind of brooding and blaming and projecting on other people. It's a constant dance with the past. We're stuck right now between the past and the future that's not here yet. But the future will be made through the choices we make today. And the more we feel that safety to be who we are, to say things that may be uncomfortable for other people, but are our truth, the more we can create a future that's actually different from now and different from the past. And it's time. It's really, really time that we start making other choices and start behaving differently than, the hierarchical, patriarchal, power over system in which we've been raised. All right, I have to run now. I hope this one will work and the sound will be good. And anyway, I'll see you tomorrow.